That's when you know when they're ready, when they're holding their work back to back.
So this is what he's doing there at the moment.
So that's a bit of this and a bit of me as well. So
Right.
that's really...
What's it like being married to a trainer?
Tell the truth.
Yeah, please.
Awful.
Tara, you're going to go Kings down with Pat. Just let Pat go in front of you. And then when you get to the 5, just creep up and join Pat. Go far side. You're going to go Fishers with Meg. You'll go Fishers as well. Pat, you might give them a lead to Kings down.
Have you got many for the flat horses for the all-weather campaign?
Not too many. Obviously, I'll have a few that sort of late starters from last year, because a lot of them that didn't run on their ground, get their ground all summer, they'll probably have a few runs on the all-weather and see how we get on. No, a lot of them are going away on their holidays now. You know, obviously with Max and Gugas and Vorderman going on the national hunt scene, then that, obviously we've got a few to go there to keep us out of trouble. So yeah, no, all good.
Sorry to interrupt in the middle of your video, but I've got a really important message for you today. As you're probably aware, Max will be entered for races. We're getting ever closer now. If you're not part of our free mailing list, then you can sign up below. There's a link in the description, or you can visit valuerator.co.uk. The benefit of doing that, obviously we have these videos on YouTube weekly, but if you want our race day report to find out about where we're going to be entering on the day, some analysis, what our competition looks like, I think you'll find it very, very interesting. So there'll be more value there. It's completely free of charge, but the only way you can get that is to sign into our mailing list, which you'll find a link in the description below. And not only that, every time a video is released, you'll also receive that by email. I just want to reiterate that there is no you're not signing into anything, any commitment there. It is completely free of charge, but I think you'll find value in that. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
Pulled up there now. Don't know.
He was giving him down the...
Well, just keeping him interested, but yeah, I don't know, a bit lethargic today.
Yeah.
Whether they went a bit too quick, I don't know. See what he says. Like I said the other week, 1 week good, then they dip.
And I suppose that's the difficult thing, is to try and... You want them to make sure they are, having the peak on the racetrack.
That's when you know when they're ready, when they're holding their work back to back, you know, rather than peaks and troughs sort of thing, you know.
Right.
It's like a baby, a 2-year-old, exactly the same. You know, they take a fair while to find their fitness and their strength. So you don't run them until they're backing their work up consistently.
Right.
A little bit flat. A little bit flat.
Like say there, early doors, he was just trying to do a little bit too much.
I was
He
gonna.
was so well in himself.
Yeah, I just said to maybe he went a bit quick early doors.
And not too quick, he just tried to do too much
Within himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Pat was just saying there that he feels that maybe Max was a little bit too keen to get on with it.
A little bit over enthusiastic, pulling quite keen early doors. And on a gallop like this, it's all to do with rhythm and just going through each furlong nicely. But he's obviously been a little bit over enthusiastic, wanting to get on with it, and then you pay the price when you climb the hill at the end, you know. So
And of course that That's a trait we've seen with him when he's races as well, hence why he has a hood on quite often.
Oh, absolutely. He's always been a horse that, you know, he's a bridle horse. He likes to be on the bridle. He's one of them that's never behind the bridle, so he likes to get on with things. And maybe his own enthusiasm caught him out this morning, because he just looked like, you know, you could see Pat was just having to give him a tap down the neck just to keep the momentum going. So yeah, no, you live and learn, don't you?
What's it like being married to a trainer?
Well, the truth.
Yeah, please.
Awful.
I mean, Roger was saying, trying to tell me last week ahead of Doncaster that he was this cool as a cucumber before Gemini ran, at Ascot. Is that true?
No.
No. Doesn't sleep well.
He's moody. He doesn't sleep.
And in turn, you don't sleep.
No. Well, I do. Yeah, I'm quite a good sleeper. I just ignore him.
I'm actually very pleased with him.
Right.
Because I'd say early doors he's a bit fresh and enthusiastic, and he's trying to do too much within himself. I'd say he looked lethargic going up there, but within himself he's absolutely brilliant.
Right.
I'd say coming home there, he had a right march on, coming home really full of himself, happy with himself. I'd say he was coming home with a purpose. Usually he just plod away home, but today he had a real march on him, and I'd say really full of himself. Like I say, he's just really well in himself, and he's trying to do a bit too much for you.
Yeah.
Where, like I say, he's just so.
Too hard to please.
Yeah, he's just so well and fresh.
Yeah. Max is having some sea salt therapy today. Could you just explain kind of the purpose and the benefit of a racehorse having that treatment, please?
Yeah, I mean, it benefits them in a few ways. The first way, from a racehorse point of view, is getting the oxygen exchange improved. So that's a huge part for that. And the sea salt therapy that I use helps to break down any mucus, any other detritus that could be in the lungs.
This is Roger Teal.
I thought we were going to the spa. Oh, wait.
Hello.
How are you, all right?
Yeah, go on in.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good. You enjoying that? Yeah. How long does that last? About an hour then, is it?
The massage is an hour, and that's about 45.
45 minutes. Goes on for. It's got its own time. So you
Oh,
can set
look
it
at
to
this.
different times.
Yeah.
Get some massages. It's a proper spa day for
It's a
him.
proper spa day.
So the benefits of a racehorse having a massage is pretty obvious, I know. But how often is the recommendation?
So you wouldn't want to do anything more than you'd always give sort of like 12 days in between, purely because I'm not bruising the muscles, but I'm working the muscles as well. And it's a bit like yourself. If you had a massage, it takes a little while for the muscles to recover.
Yeah.
So if you went too hard, it would then kind of work a bit too early. It's quite strenuous on them, especially with fit muscles. So I treat everything from Shetland ponies to show jumpers and things like that. So yeah, you still want to always just give those muscles a little chance to recover properly before you actually start treating them again. He's very toned, so a lot of the horses I do aren't. So kind of
Yeah.
So it's quite different. But these are all the same strokes that if you were to have a massage would be the same as if a human was having it.
I'll hold the camera, take your shirt off.
So what would be your evaluation of how he kind of feel in his muscles at the moment?
So nicely toned. He felt slightly tighter on his right hand side. Every horse will always, like a human, one side will be slightly tighter. Doesn't mean there's a problem, just naturally how they are. Horses are left-handed and right-handed like people as well. So yeah, and he wasn't necessarily, I could feel it with my hands, but also he was a little bit more reactive, as in he wanted to move away a little bit from me. So then where this side he was standing perfectly still and the other side was just coming away from you. So that would make you think, right. So I have to as if you were massaging a person, they would soon be going out and telling you that hurts. Where with the horse, I have to look at their body language and see what they're doing to sort of see where if that's hurting them or if they're uncomfortable. But yeah, so he's at the moment it's just the right hand side on his neck and shoulder. He just felt slightly tighter than the left hand side.
But nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about.